Good evening, dear friends, and welcome to day 233 of a poem a day for 2026. I've got a new camera. um, for those of you who may have been around for a while, you can now see me when I gesture. You may recall some time ago, a very dear friend who I know through work gifted me a webcam. He was upgrading some stuff for his personal setup, and said that he was getting rid of, was part of his upgrading, and would be getting rid of a pretty decent spec webcam. I asked him how much he wanted for it, and he said nothing. And I was like, "Are you sure?" And there was back and forth. And I was like, "Yeah." So I brought it home and I told you all about it. And I was like, "I'm going to set it up over the weekend." And it has ended up sitting on my desk with things going on top of it. Yesterday evening, when I was drawing the curtains, my desk is in front of my window. In the living room, my window spans the whole length of my living room, and I have it's not here unfortunately. I have a robot grabber hand that I got some time ago from a toy shop. It's not a specific disability aid, but I use it for a lot of disability aid things, and I particularly use it to help me close the curtains, because I can't reach past into the corner to pull them from behind my desk, but I can with the grabber. It also helps me to not overextend and stretch out my painful hypermobile joints. But yes, last night while I was drawing the curtains, I ended up catching the top of my monitor, and for the first time I think ever since I've moved here, and I've been here 2 years at the end of October, which is mind blowing. I knocked my webcam off the top of my monitor, because I have dual screen set up for work, and my laptop runs through some gubbins. So I have a separate webcam, and it fell down the back of my desk, and I was like, "Oh, that's a pain. Tomorrow's rent can deal with that." And I was thinking about it today while I was at work, and I was like, I'm gonna have to dig that out before I can record this evening. And I was like, if I'm gonna have to dig that out, I might as well set up the new webcam. So I did. And here we are, a much wider view of my living space. And I've purposefully switched on some lights. I always get mixed up on the reverse. Switched on some lights. The pumpkin light has always been on that shelf, and the wonderful light up top. I don't know if you've seen it. IKEA have some wonderful little ghost lights. They're tap lights. You can either set it to be on continuously, or that's on a 30-minute timer. And I didn't know they changed colours. But it's gone viral because the space-saving packaging means that their little arms are out. Google it; it's absolutely adorable. Other search engines are available. Yeah. I realise that's a lot of chat from me right off the top. It's no secret that I've had a pretty rubbish week. And setting up this webcam has really cheered me up. Yeah, I'm amazed at the quality. I knew it was going to be better than what I had. But I honestly, I'm like, I've not got my glasses on right now, because it was reflecting quite a bit. But like, I can tell that I'm wearing earrings. It's picking up that I'm just, yeah. I'm aware that I've still got so much to learn with all of this, but I'm really excited with. I'm excited that I have a bigger frame. Cinema. Yeah, and that I could potentially be able to show you more. So if I'm reading something that has images, then it's going to be a lot easier for me to show you those. Yeah, just this is, I think, the end to the week that I really needed. And I am sorry that I've been a bit downturned this week. I'm not sorry that I've been downturned. It's okay for us to feel how we feel. But I always do feel a bit bad when not crying. I promise it's mutinous eyelashes. I put some makeup on before I went to work today, and it's now begging me to take it off. Yeah. I do always feel a little bit guilty to bring that into this space, but I'm also not going to be disingenuous or inauthentic. Yeah, that's not what we do here. But as I say, that's a lot of chatter right off the top. I was in the office for like 5 hours today, and I pretty much worked headphones in, music on, straight through, without really talking to anyone. So yeah, basically you get my brain vomit. Sorry, not sorry. Let's poetry. I will take a sip as well. In one of my in my only souvenir cup from the World Cup back in May. Was very happy that I managed to snag one of those before we left. Right, 21st of August. Okay, we have today Say Not the Struggle, Nought, Availeth by Arthur Hugh Clough. And our blurb reads as follows. Arthur Hugh Clough was a Victorian poet, but he was also the secretarial assistant to the founder of modern nursing, Florence Nightingale. His wife's cousin. The message of this poem is one of hope. Through the metaphors of a battlefield, the ocean's waves and the rising sun, Clough is saying, don't give up, keep fighting. Better things are on the way. So, this is Say Not the Struggle, Nought Availeth. Availeth, there we go. By Arthur Hugh Clough. Say not the struggle, nought availeth. The labour and the wounds are vain. The enemy faints not, nor faileth, and as things have been, they remain. If hopes were dupes, fears may be liars. It may be in yon smoke concealed. Your comrades chase and now the flyers, and but for you possess the field. For while the tired waves vainly breaking seem here no painful inch to gain, far back through creeks and inlets making comes silent flooding in the main, and not by eastern winds only. When daylight comes in the light. In front the sun climbs slow, how slowly, But westward look, the land is bright. How can a book know? It can't know, that's the thing. But this... I'm not sorry. I was about to apologise, I'm not sorry. Life is hard. And just in general, like, you add in the peaks and troughs of hormones and medication, physical and mental health, disabilities, socio-political climates, climate change, family dynamics, friendships, relationships of all varieties. Pet health. They're fine. He's on the bed. He's had his dinner, he's on the bed. It's just so much. And it's no wonder that people are just perpetually overwhelmed. My cousin shared a meme thing the other day, and it was something along the lines of like, "Hi, I'm so and so. Hi, I'm over exhausted, ovulated," and I was like, relatable. And it was something in relation to something very specific, and we laughed about it, but it, yeah, just all the time. There's so much of my life that I love. Just like there are so many people in my life that I love and that I am so thankful for, and that I wouldn't change for the world. The only thing I would change is I wish I could see them more often. But we all have things and stuff. And I'm fully rambling now. Maybe there is hope. What I was trying to say just after I finished the poem. And I had to stop talking because I otherwise would have just started sobbing. That's the power of words. I have spent so much of this week feeling so bleak. Hopeless probably isn't the right word, but just why bother? Those words by Arthur Hugh Clough. Arthur Clough. Arthur Hugh Clough. Say not the struggle, naught availeth. It's got me thinking, you never know what's around the next corner. And even though I have no plans for the weekend, and I've got about 14 pence in my bank account, that's absolutely the energy I want to go into the weekend with. Just the positive energy of who knows. This has been a bit of a journey. Thank you, as always, dear friends. Thank you. Yeah. I am going to go and light a candle for a dear friend who should be celebrating her birthday today. Miss her very much. But I have so many lovely memories. I'm just getting everything out. And I hope for all of us that when we get down to it, we will all have a very restful